Hello everyone, this is a Q2 update for Historathon 2025, and it is about the book Matilda, Empress, Queen and Warrior. This is by Catherine Hanley, and I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5. So, to sort of kind of run through it via a kind of sort of questiony kind of way, which I've done before in some of my previous videos, what do you think of the book and what will you take away from it? So, there is, of course, much of interest, personal, domestic, and public. But there is also delineated a number of corollary events and scenes, one of which is a punchy narrative of the sinking of the White Ship. There is also some meaningful and interesting ideas about Stephen and how he ends up as king rather than Matilda as queen, and how he governs as king, and the consequences of his broadly successful claiming of the throne. The question of, and fact that Matilda is a woman, is material throughout the entire book. How well Ms. Hanley makes the case for Matilda's womanhood being the sole cause of her not being able to reign as the first Queen of England is, I'm going to say, at least debatable. Shock horror. To explore this question therein just a little bit. On the one side, she patently does not spend her early adult years in martial pursuits. And neither does she make a name for herself on the battlefield. She doesn't therefore win the confidence of the largely male-led social order that significantly involved in these early to middle years of the Middle Ages a code of military obligations. On the other side, however, as an intelligent human being, she might be perfectly capable of top-level decision-making, such as evidenced by Elizabeth I and Margaret Thatcher even, while being surrounded by potentially capable male advisors and senior office holders and so forth. However, the narrator of the audiobook I encountered conveys a gently rueful acceptance of how things were during that age. But Catherine Hanley, through her written words, makes an implicit case for Matilda. And in the end, perhaps, we are also presented with daring and courageous exploits, synonymous with the best tales of high adventure from the remarkable Middle Ages. It is very readable and highly illuminating. One fact that is never far from the storyline, however, is the inevitable dearth of sources that have survived from this period of time. But that does leave room and scope for the imagination and to make what you will of it. Okay, so that's my little take on a really good book.